right, my guitar was too low, and I forgot to hit the record button. So let's start this again. Let's try this again. I was never the best student in school, so it's still going on. All right, now that I've hit the record button, I'll again thank everybody for coming to Schoolhouse Brewing's open mic night. We do this every Wednesday night. Chris, I forgot your speaker on top of forgetting everything else, so just so we can take care of that right now. I'm 3 miles away, so you're welcome over at some point to pick that up. I'm probably gonna forget it every week. I get too many things on my mind, so I will announce our announcements because I have that on my phone because it's too much to remember. Evidently, let's see what we got. Tonight, we have an incredible lineup for you. I'm going to be playing my father, Jim Von Stein songs. That's happening right now. Then Tika Pink will be here playing a couple songs. Then we'll have Reed Hardy jamming for the Georgia House Rabbit Society. Then we'll have Zach Mahoney doing stand-up comedy. Then we'll have John Chappelle, and I'm misspelling that last name for sure. It's not the same Chappelle. He'll let you know what his name is at 6:45 p.m. when he does stand-up comedy. Then 7 o'clock, Andrew Chance will be here doing stand-up comedy for the Atlanta Humane Society. AJ Cagle will follow him up with some stand-up comedy for Cherokee Humane Society. Then we got Christopher Walsh O'Corey right here playing for McKenna Farms. Then we'll have the music of Personal Galaxy at 7:45 for You Lucky Dog. Then Ryder Dan on the High Side is going to ride through at 8:10. Then we'll have the stand-up comedy of Derek Blackthorne to finish the show. There's a Halloween party next weekend for Halloween. The new beer this week is Pass the Belgie, Belgie. Probably mispronouncing that. 9% Belgian Quad launches on Friday. It's a Pass the Belgie, and it's Belgian, so maybe I'm not mispronouncing that. Friday, it's all around the world food truck. And Saturday, the Taco Man is going to make his triumphant return. Taco Man. Musical artist for this week will be Shane Gross. She'll be here on Friday. So Taco Man and Shane Gross. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty awesome weekend. In the meantime, we're playing the best of my father, Jim Von Stein songs, so we'll move on to the next one. Song called Voodoo Man. I'll play this. There's a sticker on my microphone of a little voodoo guy, and that's there because my father worked at the shipyard in Newport News for a long time. His name is James Edward Von Stein, and his initials on his printouts would be JEVOO because he was the only person with those initials. So because of that Javoo, sounded like a little voodoo guy, I drew the little character that's on the toilet in the men's room, if you want to check that out, or here on the microphone, or here on the back of the stand, or on that coffee mug, the little voodoo guy. For my dad when I was a 10-year-old, also in the back of that tip jar. Nice pop! Learned that in wrestling. I drew that when I was a 10-year-old for him, so he actually wrote this song because I drew that picture for him. So that's pretty cool. This is called Voodoo Man. Hopefully with a little bit more guitar. I think that's working. We'll see. All right, Voodoo Man. Stood there looking across the bay, looked to be a mysterious way. The clouds were low and the sky was dark. Swear I saw it all come apart. Heard the crash and I saw the fire. The sky lit up when it fueled the fire. In the dark the sky seemed red, 'cause the fuels kept the fires fed. Is it true that the voodoo man is the reason that the world turns upside down every season? Is it something that the voodoo man believes in? Voodoo has its magic, there's no reason. Heard the screams echo in the night, the voodoo silent when it takes to flight. Never stop when the voodoo's right, it takes the heart from a lonely night. On the water you could see the heat, rising up like it does in the streets. On a night when the sky tasted sweet, the voodoo man brought the world to its knees. Is it true that the voodoo man is the reason that the world turns upside down every season? Is it something that the voodoo man believes in? Voodoo has its magic, there's no reason. Is it true that the voodoo man is the reason? A bridge version. Don't you like it when you screw up the fucking chord at the very end? I just said the F word. Yeah, oh well. Can you guys hear this guitar? Because I can't. It does? You can hear it? Okay, cool. Welcome to my weekly nightmare. All right, welcome to my weekly nightmare. Anybody want to jam? You guys want to jam with me on this one? You can if you want. If not, then I will play it and get off of y'all's stage because I can't hear what I'm doing. All right, this is called Streets of Chicago. It's a cool music video online if you want to check it out. You have to spell VON space STEIN. You're not going to get it. So, Streets of Chicago. Just type that in, see what comes up. Eventually, you'll see a music video. All right, this is called Streets of Chicago. In the streets of Chicago, in the middle of a black alley night, I could hear people talking. I can hear your voices all damn light through the mist by the streetlights. Saw a face I might recognize. Second glance changed my feelings. There was something magic in those eyes. Every city's got the darkness in its eyes. Late at night you can hear the lonely people cry. And as I watch the darkness settle in, I know I'll see a new day once again. As I lit up my last cigarette, came the thought of tomorrow. Run the streets like a lonely soul. Gotta jump on tomorrow. All my friends, they are shadows. Little seams that split the night. Here alone in the shadows. All my dreams are an endless flight. Every city's got the darkness in its eyes. Late at night you can hear the lonely people cry. And as I watch the darkness settle in, I know I'll see a new day once again. All right, let's go on Streets of Chicago. I'm going to clean the stage off here, get ready for our next performer. If you want to check out all things Von Stein, go to our website, jackassofalltrades.net. Thank you very much.
Test. There's a little volume. Test. Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave? Well, in the field to look for a job in the town. Is that mix good, or you want me to keep? I'll go ahead with the first song. So I write a bunch of songs. Like in the past 2 weeks, I've done 3 or 4 new ones, and these are the first time a lot of them are being tested. So this is a dirt road song, because every person that writes country needs to have a dirt road song. And I probably need to put it in the right place. Dirt road, it just don't feel the same. The ruts are deeper, and the gravel's not there. And all the people used to drive it every day have all moved on. When they've passed away, this little slice of life we had is slowly gone away. All the childhood friends we saw each night lived a couple miles away. It might seem far to a country boy felt near. There's an old dirt road up the mountainside, but my memories aren't there. This little town, it just don't look the same. The roads are wider, and the feeling's not there. That all the people used to know me by name, they are just strangers. Feels like a different place. Have gone away, and all the houses seem bare. The single street it all was on is just a light in the maze. It might seem small to a country boy felt big. There's a city now by the mountainside, but my hometown's not there. There's an old dirt road up the mountainside, but my memories aren't there. Cool. Yeah! So, yep. This is another one. When I write songs, I just kind of do melodies and make up words, and then finally something sticks, and I end up with pitiful things like this. The body's weaker than the soul. Sometimes I think it'd be easier not to know. I watch you laugh, I watch you cry. Been by you every step of the way. Don't think about the things we cannot change. I will stay by your side through the days and the nights, 'cause it hurt more to lose lose all these moments with you. Though it kills me to see how unfair life can be, I'd give you anything. If I could do anything, you could always count on me. You always said, don't be scared of what it's like when life decides that it is now your time to go. I wipe my eyes, 'cause I know that you would hate to see that anything involving you hurt me. I know it's not fair how things disappear. Well, I stayed by your side through the days and the nights, 'cause it hurt more to lose all those moments with you. Somehow I find peace despite how life can be. I gave you everything. You gave me everything. You gave me everything. Yeah, I didn't just lose a loved one. That's just sometimes you gotta write songs about sad stuff, because I mean, I've never been so happy I just decided to write a song. I don't know where happy songs come from, but this is a fun song. My buddy said that this one sounded like Red Top Candy Mountain on drugs, so we'll go with it from that. Met her by the railroad side, fishing a hole real late at night. She was talking like I never heard a girl before. She cusses and spits and smells a bit, but while we sat there catching fish, she placed a kiss upon my cheek and asked to be my friend. I ain't one to burn a bridge, but I know I ain't got much sense. Should have seen a mile away that trouble's all she'd be. Every time I'm with that girl, I have the best old time, good Lord. Save me from myself, 'cause I don't wanna fall for her. Ain't there nothing's wrong with it, it's just that she is my best friend. Why would I risk losing it to just call her my own? Guess she had the same idea, 'cause pretty soon she'd moved on in. She cooks and cleans and loves all night, so I reckon it's alright. Asked her if she'd marry me. She said she needs some time to think. Marrying something she had never thought about before. I asked her every once again for the last 20 years. Reckon there's no need for change, 'cause I've got my best friend. Man, it is incredibly hard to play with a mosquito. Like, oh, do I have time for one more? Or? Okay. No, I just got it.
Sorry.
No, I'm good, man. I'm trying to get some of it on me.
Anybody needs it.
Well, she spends most her days since her love much away, working in town just to stay close to the road where the soldiers march home to stop them and ask about him. Well, none of them knew of the men who she loved till she saw marching one day a man with one leg marching on best he can. And these are the words that he said: well, darling, I do know the fine man you speak of. We were wounded and both ended up north of Lynchburg. He spoke of a girl close to here that he loved. Don't worry, I'll soon be home. Well, the war dragged through winter, but hope never left her that he would be back any day. She continued to speak to the soldiers who came through. Then a young man had something to say. Ma'am, I do know of the fine man you speak of. He fought by my side after he had left Lynchburg. We spoke through the nights about women we loved. Don't worry, I'll soon be home. Well, 2 summers went by, the war it was done. She never let go of his name. Then a man came through town when she spoke about him. The smile was wiped from his face. Well, darling, I do know the man who you speak of. We last met in Charlotte. We both worked the railroads. He married a girl there when the war was done. I'm sorry he's not coming home. Let me know whenever you're... Yeah, I'm not a professional musician, but I do have an Instagram. It's Super Reed, SUPERREID. So feel free to like it.
Let's give it up for Reed Hardy, everybody. Oh, yeah. You can unplug. You're good. All right, we have Mr. Zach Mahoney, stand-up comedy of Zach Mahoney coming up next. Let's give him a nice round of applause here.
Thanks, man.
Zach Mahoney, everybody.
Damn, what the fuck is up? Oh man, I'm gonna try to make you guys laugh for a minute. Uh, does anybody here love the holidays? Stoked for the holiday season? Hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, I love the holidays. But it's gonna be really hard for me this year. My dad lost his life this last holiday season. It's been pretty hard on the whole family. He was killed fighting in the war on Christmas. The Starbucks employees finally had enough of his shit. I don't know, man. I have faith in that bit. That one never works, but I'm going to stick with it. There's something there with that one. Shit, man. Old people are pretty funny. Sometimes they're full of a lot of wisdom, but one thing that I've learned, I've been driving Uber Eats through this entire pandemic, and one thing that I've learned is that a virus that is super deadly to senior citizens will absolutely not stop them from packing out the Cracker Barrel Old Country Store on Sundays. It's weird, man. I don't know what it is. But you ever look into a room knowing that 15% of the people in there are going to die in a couple weeks? It's a weird feeling. Oh man, I'm testing out a lot of new stuff tonight. Let's see. What else did I want to try? Oh, yeah. So 2020 has been interesting. One thing that more progressive people, I guess, are doing is doing this thing where they're breaking down gender roles. So it's fucking cool to, men can do feminine things, women can do masculine things. And I was all about it for a long time. I thought it was great. I was all on board. But it's gone too far because now women are doing all the annoying shit men used to do. Such as the other day, I saw a woman creeping out a man by asking and touching all of his tattoos. Man, I'm fucking up tonight. Touching all of his tattoos. I'm gonna drop that bit because I fucked that one up really bad. Oh shit, I'm getting tired of white women in particular. They can't fucking just leave shit alone that doesn't need to be messed with. For example, there was a movie released recently, an American Pie movie, American Pie Girls Rules. And that franchise has been dead since 2012. Men already ruined it, and for some reason white women had to dig it up and make it worse. But who was fucking pitching that idea at the feminist meeting? We need to empower women, so we'll make an American Pie movie. I don't think anybody has ever fucking watched an American Pie movie and come out with more respect for everybody that was involved in making it. Oh man, that one sucks too. Shit, what was my last bit? I had one more bit I wanted to try out on you guys. I can't fucking remember. I'm gonna leave it at that one. Pass it off to Jason. Thank you.
Mr. Zach Mahoney, everybody. Let's give him a nice round of applause. All right, we have the very beautiful Tika Pink coming up next. Hold on for a second. Let's get her.
Hey everybody, I go by Tika Pink. Yeah. You guys can follow me on Facebook, Tika Pink, and my page is Tika Nicole. I don't have Instagram right now, but Facebook is active. I'm just going to sing a couple songs for you. Okay. Yeah. I want a boyfriend, don't want no more friends. I wanna see you, but I'm going home again. You something special, babe, ain't like no other man. The way you talk, the way you walk, it got me open, babe. Ain't never met a man like you. Type of man sweep me off my shoe. Got a lot of men on me too. I'm only choosing you. I'm a queen, you a king. We can be everything. Let me know what you need, and I'll be right there. Would you ride for me? Would you die for me? Would you cry for me? Would you fly? Oh, you're so fine. You blow my mind. I swear I need to know that you got me, baby. Your love drive me crazy. Boy, you got me, baby. Boy, you got, you blow my mind. You so fine. Oh yeah, yeah. Couple dudes that be hating on you. By yourself, you ain't never with a crew. With the locks of the fade, you cute. Got the wave with the drip, you smooth. Like a biker with the holly, I'm a rider. Kill for my baby, heat with the fire. You ain't never had him, girl, you a liar. You won't smoke, you could get it with the iron. If you playing, you could say your goodbye. No games, no fakes, no liars. I'm hurting, sick and tired. Boy, I swear that I need to know that you got me, baby. Your love drive me crazy. And you so fine. You blow my mind. Oh, I swear I need to know that you got me, baby. Your love drive me crazy. Boy, you got me, baby. Boy, you got, you so fine. You blow my mind. Oh yeah. And that song was called Boyfriend. Sometimes us single ladies need a man, you know, but we don't mind being single sometimes, so that's okay. And this next song I'm gonna sing, it's called Quarantine D. Pretty much, I'm celibate. I don't know if anybody else is celibate, and sometimes I crave sexual needs, you know, TMI. And I know due to this pandemic, a lot of women, you know, single ladies, we don't have that good. So I wrote a song about that. It's OXS, it's gonna be. Did you get the message that they sent? Said we on lockdown so we don't get sick. I'ma need more than a kiss. I just don't wanna catch corona. Give me that quarantine tea. Give me that quarantine tea. Put your lips on mine. Won't you spend the night? Give me that quarantine tea. They say don't be around it. but I don't wanna be your distant lover. Inside of me, a home, we vibing in a zone, do it nice and slow, nice and slow. Love me all day, love me all night, loving on my body, yeah, they keep me naughty. Can you be my baby daddy like Maury? Ain't nobody else hitting no sorry. Made me breakfast in bed, sausage and eggs, put some butter on my legs. Did you get the message that they sent? They say we on lockdown so we don't get sick. I'ma need more than a kiss. I just don't wanna catch corona. So give me that tea. Give me that tea. Won't you spend the night? Give me that quarantine tea. I just don't wanna catch corona. Yeah. And that's it. Again, follow me at Tika Pink, Tika, pink like the color, like what I got on, and Tika Nicole on my Facebook page. Thank you.
All right, everybody, that was Tika Pink. Let's give her a nice round of applause. That's pretty awesome. All right. Let's see here. We're going to have the stand-up comedy of, it's not John Chappelle, right? Chappell. Okay. Not John Chappell. Or it is John Chappell, not. I'm an idiot. Going that way. Clever, everybody. All right, I'm trying still. John Chappell. We also got the amazing food of Kimmy V's, so make sure you check that out.
These are my favorite type of comedy shows, the intimate ones with 3 people. How you doing tonight, Jason? So I'm from England. Most people don't know this unless I show them my green card or my teeth. And being from England, I did an ancestry DNA test recently. Found out that I'm actually 5% Chinese, 5% Nigerian, and 90% sweatshop owner. Yeah, being 5% Nigerian, I haven't been able to burn through all that cash I made in the email scams yet. And that 10% actually comes from my dad, which makes sense, because that's about the same amount of time he was in my life. And being from England, you know, you got to get used to the rain. It rains over there all the time. And, like, I love the rain. My favorite things to do in the rain is just put my head back and let it hit me in the face. Love to jump in the puddles and then watch the cars try to avoid me. But when I moved, we came from Montana. So I went from London, England to Great Falls, Montana, which was a culture shock. It was like putting Grey Poupon on a peanut butter and jelly. Or going to see the Beatles and getting the Dixie Chicks. So when we moved, my dad was like, "Hey, John, you're in America now. You got to learn baseball." And I was like, "Okay." So he takes me in the yard to teach me to play catch, and I couldn't catch a lick. So it was pretty much target practice for him. And I got better at being a target. And eventually I made a team. It was one of those teams that everybody's on. I mean, I got picked last, but I still made it. And about halfway through the season, the coach comes up to me and says, "John, you've been doing better. I want to get you some more playing time." And I was like, "I'm going to get to play? Hell yeah." He handed me a jersey. He said the other team showed up with 8. I wasn't very good at sports, so when I started high school, I decided I would just date cheerleaders. And I had this one girlfriend that was a cheerleader. She wasn't just any cheerleader, though. She was the base of the pyramid. There was like nobody else. She was the whole base. She was more than a girlfriend to me. She was like 4 girlfriends. I think it was because she ate from the top of the food pyramid. Yep. But one thing I miss about England is the desserts. They have some phenomenal desserts in England. Like they've got the trifles, the jam roly-polies, but by far my favorite is the spotted dick. And if you don't think that spotted dick is a real dessert, I need you to go to Kroger, go to the international food aisle, and ask for Keith. And just walk in and go, "Hey, Keith, you got that spotted dick?" He'll take care of you. Just don't ask Jeff, because Jeff only knows where the speckled taint is. But they also have some different vocabulary in England. Like they have, they call an eraser a rubber, which makes sense. You use a rubber, it erases the possibility of kids. And they call a sweater a jumper. And over here, a jumper is just suicidal. You just got to take the elevator all the way up to be effective. Yeah, I actually had to talk Jumper down not too long ago. I was like, do it. Kind of felt bad afterwards, though, because he leaned over. He was like, what? And then he fell. I was like, problem solved. But they also have the equivalent of our dollar store over there. It's just really awkward to ask somebody to go with you, because I was talking to my sister. I was like, hey, sis, do you want to go to Pound Town? Yeah, I don't know what was more awkward, the fact that she said yes or ran and put a dress and makeup on. I took her to Pound Town because she needed a pregnancy test and I needed some erasers. So I'm married now. I've been married for almost 20 years. Anybody else married out there? Nope. There's one. What? Not married. No, nobody's married. I bet you they are. They're just not listening. Are you guys married back there? Yeah. I've been married for 20 years and recently found out my wife cheated on me. But I forgave her because it was before we met, so. But my wife is one of those talkers, and when I say talker, I mean like when you're watching a movie and you've never seen it, she's never seen it. And about halfway through, she looks at you and goes, "Oh my God, what happens next?" Like, I don't know. I've seen the same thing you've seen, right? And she's like, "But you have to know." And she just keeps on and on. I don't know. That's a new bit I'm going to be working on, so we'll figure that one out, you know. But I have always been known as the backup. Like in high school, I was, like I said, I wasn't very athletic. I was the backup quarterback. I was the backup catcher. The backup husband, being my wife's second. But when we got married, we decided to elope. Yeah, we went to Nebraska because we wanted a destination wedding. But her friend decided to come with us because she was getting married too, and they also wanted to elope. So we go out and we stay in the hotel. The next morning we go to the chapel, and the ladies were like, "Oh, we want to stay here, and we don't want you to see us in our dresses." So me and the other girl's fiance go on to the chapel. We walk in, I see the lady behind the counter, and I'm like, "Hey, we're here to get married." And she was like, "We don't do that here." Granted, it was 20 years ago. They probably do it now. When we got married, we decided that the word divorce would not be in our vocabulary. That's one of the reasons it's lasted almost 20 years. She didn't say anything about adding balls to my chain, so I'm trying to convince her to move to Utah. Yeah, no, get it, don't get it. You know, polygamy in Utah is okay. So she told me not too long ago that I needed to step up my game in the bedroom, so that's where I put my PlayStation. And we have like a don't ask, don't tell kind of marriage. It's like she doesn't ask me to do anything, and I don't tell her what to do. Works out pretty well. When we first started having kids, which was years ago, she was like, "We got kids now. I want a minivan." And I was 19 when I had my first kid. I'm like, I am not driving a minivan at 19 years old. It's not happening. I lost that argument, so we ended up getting a silver Loser Cruiser. And there was one day we were going to the grocery store, so she pulls up and I jump out. It's raining buckets. I go in the store, get everything I need, and I come out, and she's parked right there in the front. So I hop in, start talking to her, and I look over and I realize that is not my wife. I got in the wrong car. She's just sitting there laughing at me in the parking lot watching everything happen. But the only reason I let her get that minivan is because she let me nickname it. So I called it the bandwagon, so all my buddies could jump on. I recently had a dog that committed suicide. It suffocated itself in a bag of chips. Got you on that one. Look at that. The worst part is he didn't even leave a note. But we got a new dog now. We named it Ruffles. And I guess I should have seen it coming. I mean, the old dog kept cutting himself, but he kept blaming it on the cat. And I don't even have a cat. And I would always catch him with his head in the toilet. And I thought he was just thirsty. But apparently he was just depressed. But with Ruffles, I found out the other day my wife has started drugging Ruffles. Like, he's one of these really active dogs that is nonstop. He's still a puppy. And he drools all over the bedroom at night and everything. So she figured out that if she gives him melatonin every night, it puts him to sleep like a baby. When I found that out, I started putting melatonin in her drinks every night too. So I was talking about elevators earlier. Have you guys ever seen the sign for an elevator? Yeah. Now there's a few, but the one I'm talking about is the one, it looks like 3 dudes laying on a mattress. Now, I'm not gay, but I always take the elevator just in case I change my mind. So I told you I had some kids. I've got 3 daughters. 2 are actually in college. I know, I don't look old enough. And then I have a 9-year-old. And my wife made sloppy joes for dinner the other night. And my 9-year-old was like, "What is this?" And my 18-year-old looks at it and she goes, "It's sloppy joes." And she goes, "Why have we never had it before?" She said, "Because that's broke people food." She was like, "Girl, you're never going to know the struggle." See, my older 2, we didn't have money at all back then. Back then we were eating like ramen noodles with hot dogs cut up. Then you throw some Heinz 57 sauce on it to make it taste like steak. And we were having the wonderful hamburger helper and the tuna helper. Have you guys had that? It's just nastiness. They say everybody has to have a college degree these days, right? Everybody have a college degree out here? Anybody? Yeah. So, yeah, it hasn't done anything for me because I don't have one either. But I recently had to drop my daughter off at college. She decided to go to school out in Arkansas. And I had to drive her all the way out there, and I realized how much I hate driving in the country because everything moves at the speed of tractor. When we got out there, I dropped her off to Harding University, and I realized that they have Harding Academy on their campus, which is kindergarten through 12th grade. And then they also have Harding Place on campus, which is a retirement home. So it's pretty much a kindergarten to casket community. You can live your whole lifespan in 1 square mile, diaper to diaper. Start by not knowing anything, finish by not remembering. I figure you probably get some accolades through your lifetime, right? Like in elementary school, you get the Presidential Fitness Award. You end up getting your high school diploma and college degree, and at the end, you get a certificate of completion for finishing your meals. So I don't know if you guys can tell, I don't really have a lazy eye. It's more of a lazy body. Yeah. I don't like to do too much of anything, actually. I like to stand on stage and do comedy. You know, in England they have royalty, and I realize living in the South they have some Southern royalty. Like in England they have Princess Diana. Over here they have Dale Earnhardt. Both died in car wrecks. I went to the doctor the other day, and he asked me if I drink. I was like, yeah, pretty much every day. He's like, well, you've got some problems, and I think it's because of the drinking. I was like, I've been drinking my whole life, and it's never been a problem before. I don't know why start now. Did you guys get haircuts during quarantine at all, or you guys just let it all grow out? So right after all of the barbershops and everything opened back up, I went to Great Clips. Or no, I'm sorry, Sport Clips. And, you know, they had HGTV on the TV. And I was like, you know, I know there's no live sports going on, but can we at least, like, put some replays on or something? And they were like, well, there's just really nothing, so all right then, let's just watch Lifetime. I heard Rachel Ray's coming on. All right, well, I think that's about all I got for you. I appreciate y'all. I'm John Chappell. You can follow me on John Chappell Comedy on Instagram.
All right, everybody, it's John Chappell. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Alrighty, Chris, you want to jam, or I can play one of my dad's songs? I'll play some of my dad's music for us real quick. Let me grab my guitar. All of them, right? It's called Hard Life. I told you love would give you paradise. But love has brought its cold side down on you. You tasted everything and felt the price, and now the hard things left to do. Your naive thinking's brought you here thus far, and now alone you face your moods. You seem so close by reaching out so far, and now you've wasted all your dreams. You said it's been a hard life, you know it's been a hard life. You said it's been a hard life on your own. You're taking what is given, you're just out living. You've taken every given on your own. You never think the good times come that fast, and when they do it seems they just won't last. And when you look back all your time has passed, I guess we're stained from times before. When times get tough you seem to fade away. I guess you hesitate before delay, but you must face it all to cope with life. Don't take the dull side of the knife. You said it's been a hard life, you know it's been a hard life. You said it's been a hard life on your own. You're taking what is given, you're just out living. You've taken every given on your own. You said it's been a hard life, you know it's been a hard life. You said it's been a hard life on your own. You're taking what is given, you're just out living. You've taken every given on your own. All right, that's called A Hard Life. I got a Kickstarter going on right now if you're interested. Kickstarter Jackass of All Trades, if you want to go check that out. Trying to make a music video for this next song I'll play for you. It's called Faraway Angel. You can follow along. We still got 10 more days, and we're looking to get $500 in funding. Currently at $76, so if you guys want to help be a part of that, you're more than welcome to. If not, then I'm going to make a music video no matter what. So we're going to have something no matter what, because I'm not a quitter. All right, this is called Faraway Angel. I've seen the morning sun breaking off a gentle wave. I can almost hear your voice living in the time I say. Sorry, we're going to stop that for a second and I'm going to spray you off the stage. All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming out, being a part of the Schoolhouse family. While we wait around for Chris, I'm going to try some stand-up comedy. I'm pretty terrible at this, so we'll see how this goes. It's probably going to be pretty horrible, but why not? So, let's see. Let's talk about... You ever think about the Ninja Turtles? And what if Shredder was a vegetarian the whole time? Wouldn't that be crazy? As much as he loved turtle soup. Anybody know that reference? Nobody? Okay, cool. All right, blending in. All right, cool. My Surrey wants to have a sex change. And now I got to call it Sir. Right? Nobody? All right, I got to rechange the wording on that. The saddest thing I've ever seen in my life is I saw a dead bird on a railroad track. I really did see that. And you're a bird. Like, you can fly anywhere you can go. Like, I feel like that might have been suicide, right? All right, batting 1,000. I know how you feel. This is tough. I haven't done stand-up comedy in a long time. I used to do stand-up comedy in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I bombed there a lot at a place called the Comedy Catch. But I did meet Gallagher once, and he asked me what my best joke was, and I didn't have an answer to that. And he was kind of rude to me, unfortunately, which is kind of ironic, I guess. So I have a girlfriend whose husband also met Gallagher and thought he was a dickhead too. So they're no longer together, of course, but it's funny that he was right about that. Yeah, let's see what else I'm going to talk about. Stalling for time here. I'm a Bengals fan. I suggest not being a Bengals fan. It's pretty horrible. It's the only team you're going to watch, and you'll be like upset when they win. I have. They played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a few years ago, and Andy Dalton got them a win, and I remember shaking because I was so mad, which is not the way you should experience a football team, I don't think. So. All right, I got nowhere to go but up. This is great. I like this. I like the confidence of this. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Live streaming some terrible stand-up comedy. Thank you for sticking around. My parents are watching. That's true love because, you know, literally, I can only see two people. You think performing is difficult. It's even more difficult now because we've got Facebook Live, and now you can see how many people are actually watching or not watching what you're doing. Luckily, my parents still love me. This is a good example of how much my parents love me, that they're listening to this bad stand-up comedy that I'm stalling for. We're going to have Chris come up and jam for you at some point. We'll have some other comedians come up to you and perform at some point, too. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Well, the last time I talked about stand-up comedy, I only could talk about, like, poop jokes and, like, dumb stuff like that. Like the beginning of Eddie Murphy, he was talking about that. That's the only thing he had. But Eddie Murphy ended up being a lot funnier than me, so I shouldn't compare myself to him at all. But I can't talk about crazy stuff. Let's see, I did have an ex-girlfriend invite me over to see her abortion in a trash can once. That's not a joke, that's just a jacked up thing to see. It gives you nightmares over and over again, unfortunately. So I really know how to choose them, it turns out. Oh well. At least I can laugh about it, right? Is that funny? Probably not, right? You probably can't joke about that. I will say I think it's the one, like, thing that, people are so mad about abortion in our country, and they talk about how it's, wrong and all that kind of stuff. But people are going to do that no matter what. So you should probably just let them do their thing. Let them do their thing professionally, I would say. Would probably be a good thing to do that if you can get that professionally done. Sometimes I dress up as the Macho Man. I'm going to be dressing up as the Macho Man next weekend. Not the Macho Man Randy Savage, because I don't want to get sued by the estate of Macho Man Randy Savage. Although that would be a great storyline in wrestling. I do the Macho Man Sandy Madface. So I'll be doing that next weekend, and I'll be handing out Slim Jim, sanitized Slim Jims. So if anybody wants a sanitized Slim Jim, then next week would be a good time to come and pick that up. So pretty cool being here hosting this open mic where we get to try out all of our talents. I'm going to put an emphasis on under try out for sure. But we're all on the same page, right? So we're all working together. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you, Kimmy V's, for being a part of the show. Let's see. We have got Other performers coming up, we got the stand-up comedy of Andrew Chance. We got AJ Cagle, might be showing up. Christopher Walsall Corey, he's going to play some music. Personal Galaxy is going to play some music. Ryder Dan's going to come in and jam. Then Derek Blackthorne will be here. I'm really happy that guy changed his picture today on Facebook. Originally, it was a picture of the Joker. And I was kind of worried that the Joker was going to come here and kill us all. So, but I don't think that's going to be the case. He looks like a normal human being now. So he's got a cool hat. So I'm excited to hear that. Excited to not get blown up by the Joker. I think that would be a good thing. Ooh, Mucho Man. All right. Mom's calling me the Mucho Man right now. It's fun doing the sound system here. I've only got one PA, so nobody has the confidence to hear themselves on stage, which is kind of a nightmare for us all. Memorex doesn't lie, as they say. So we got Mr. Andrew Chance here. I'm doing terrible stand-up comedy. Do you want to do better than me? You're more than welcome to. Is it time? All right, let's give me a second to clean off everything and clean off all these terrible jokes I just told everybody. And then we'll have Andrew Chance. You can take a chance on him. He's a better chance than I am, for sure. It's good to see you. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can give you a fancy mic. Yeah, I'll give you my mic sucks. Vintage Radio Shack special. I didn't even get a deal. I should tell people Nick Cannon. Oh, yeah, let's switch that up. That's right. That's right. All right, everybody, let's give it a chance on Mr. Andrew Chance.
Check. Is it working now? Oh, sweet. Sweet. Man, I was not prepared to go this early. It's only like 9 minutes early, but that's the way I am. All right, let me... Got it. All right, who do we got here? We got some people out here. Got some folks way in the back. Chilling by the, that thing should be, like, on fire. Is that thing on fire and I just can't see it? No fire? Oh, man. We got plenty of wood around here. Start cutting some trees. Get to it. Let's do some camping. You guys ever start your own fire? Anybody build their own fire? Nobody? I built my own fire. Yeah. I wasn't a Boy Scout, but I built my own fire for the first time 1 year ago. Yeah, I felt really proud of myself. It took me a long time to get around to doing it, but all I needed was some pre-cut firewood and some kerosene, and whew, went right on up. Easy as hell, actually, if you got kerosene. Man. You guys like going to the mountains? Got some mountain lovers? Anybody been to the mountains recently? There's a guy running for Congress. His name's Andrew Clyde. I don't really have a joke here. This is funny enough in and of itself. His actual campaign. He's got a sign that says Andrew Clyde, and at the bottom of the sign, you know, normally they have like a little fancy underline. There's no fancy underline. There's just a fucking AR-15. That's it. You know what that guy's about? Shooting people. Man. All right. Let me get into some jokes. So, you guys hear about the California wildfires? Yep. Started by a gender reveal party. Crazy. But I think that's a good sign that gender is actually fluid. That gender reveal party quickly turned into an IQ reveal party. Just like that. You know, you got a dumb baby on your hands. Yeah. It's also going to be one hot baby. Like temperature hot. Not the other way. No. Anybody ever have their car stolen? Nobody? Good. If you ever do get your car stolen, you can come to me. I help people recover stolen cars. You just got to give me the year, make, model, and license plate, and I'll put out an Amber Alert. Whenever they don't find the child, I'll be like, oh, man, we lost another one to Planned Parenthood. So, my girlfriend surprised me recently. She bought some sex toys. Didn't tell me about it. I just came home, walked into the bedroom, and it's sitting right there in the middle of the bed. This big dildo. I mean, that thing was huge, and I didn't even know that she liked big dicks. That thing was at least 5 inches long. Whoo! Boy. But I got the hint, you know, she wanted to spice things up. Okay, cool. I can do that. So I planned a little surprise for her. She came home, opened the door. I had the lights down low, candles lit, rose petals scattered throughout the room. And I was right there in the middle of the bed, dildo up my ass. Surprise! That got her off guard. She was not into that, man. Speaking of my girlfriend, I've been seeing a therapist lately. My girlfriend recommended that I see one. So my therapist told me that I need to be nicer to my girlfriend. I said, fine, but how? She said, just start with one compliment a day. I was like, okay, I can do that. Just one compliment? She's like, yeah, okay, fine. So this morning I said, hey, you're pretty. She said, so you don't think I'm beautiful? And I was like, nope, not today. One compliment, baby. I got beautiful saved for Friday. See if we get there. So right now is a pretty bad time for analog clocks. They always do terrible during a pandemic because they can't keep their hands off their face. Yeah, man. Who prefers digital clocks? One? Not me. I'm not into that shit. Digital clocks are easy, man. They just give you everything you want. What time is it? Oh, 4:07. That's what time it is. Easy peasy. Don't have to talk to that thing like a fucking analog clock. You got to have a conversation with that clock. You got to give it some to get some. First, you got to figure out which one's the big hand and which one's the little hand. You know, you got to really study those things. And once you find that itty bitty little hand, you got to figure out where it's at. And it's like, okay, it's kind of hanging out near the bottom. Looks like it's about 6. So okay, you got 6, but you still don't know if it's 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. So now you got to look out the window, see what time of day it is, and then go tell that clock, hey, look at that. A lot of sun out there. Looks like it's 6 in the morning. Nice bright early sunrise. But then you got to find that big hand. Figure out where that thing's going. It's moving around. You got it right there near the 8. Not quite on the 8. But you can't just say it's 6:08. That's not true. You got to figure out, you got to use some math. It challenges you, you know. And 8 times 5, man. Got to use that high school shit. That's where I learned to multiply. High school. Remedial math. Yeah, so 8 times 5, you got 40, and then bam, there you are. 640. Now you guys know each other real well. The only problem with analog clocks is whenever the big hand touches the little hand. That's why you got to keep analog clocks away from your children. 'Cause that shit's gross. Speaking of that, I'm going to get on to a topic that a lot of people find pretty touchy. Pedophilia. Now, I got a big problem with the word pedophile. Because it really is 2 words put together to make one. Pedo, children, right? Phile, love, right? Love of children. Now, the thing for me is that pedophiles don't love children. They fuck them. So that right there is a perversion of the term pedophile. Man, like, look, I'm a phile. I'm not a pedophile. Children, take them or leave them. I don't give a shit about them. But I love movies, which means I'm a cinephile. I love words, which means I'm a logophile. I'm also a hippophile, which means I love... No guesses? Yeah, horses. Man, a guy that knows his hippos. Yeah, hippos actually means horse, which actually makes a hippopotamus a horse-hippotamus. That's right. But back to what I was saying, man. For me, yeah, I love movies, words, horses. You know what all three of those have in common for me? I don't molest any of them. So I think that's fucked up. We're using that term. We need to take that term back. Kick those perverts out from under that category. Because people that really love children help children grow up into be wonderful, good human beings to help make the world better. So if we have more people properly being pedophiles, we could have a better world. Got to kick out those fucking perverts. All right. Let's move on to something lighter. Anybody see the new Bill and Ted? Yeah? You saw it? Man, that movie was a fucking cliffhanger. At the end, I was waiting for them to come back and save 2020 from their terrible fucking movie. My God. That is the only movie I've ever seen where the best actor was Keanu Reeves. Man. He did a great job in comparison. I was telling you about my therapist earlier, and she thinks, because I have this problem, I don't remember a lot of my childhood, and she thinks that the reason I don't remember it is because it was like traumatic. And I do think that she's right. I think it was painfully boring. I had one of those like bumper moms, you know, like they put the bumpers up while you're bowling. And she wouldn't even fucking let me bowl. Didn't want the ball to fall on my foot. And she made me like ride my bike around the backyard so that if I fell off, I'd land on grass. You know, she didn't want me to get hurt. But she didn't think about the fact that riding your bike around on dirt mounds and grass is a real bumpy terrain. So I was chafing my taint all the time. So I had diaper rash until I was 18 years old. Finally get my ass out on that road. But I realized she was onto something. It is terrifying to ride your bicycle on the interstate. Man. Those guys need to slow down. All right. So, anybody here masturbate? Yeah. Why don't you masturbate, AJ? Just always getting that pussy? Huh? Man, because it's sinful. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't even know what it was, man. Nobody told me. Whenever I figured it out, I thought I was a fucking genius. I thought I was like Christopher Columbus. I guess I was, because people had already discovered it, and then I thought it was mine. But I realized one day, just like sitting by myself, 5th grade, playing some video games, playing Perfect Dark, you know, looking at that Joanna Dark. Anybody know? No? Anyway. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Jason's about my age. Man, and so I just realized that a vagina is actually just a circle. It's a geometric shape, you know, and I had it right here in my hand. Thumb and forefinger. And I used the rest of the fingers. I got a good old tunnel right there, you know? But I didn't know about masturbation. I also didn't know about sex. All I knew about sex was missionary position. So I just got down on the ground. I just started fucking my hand. Treating it real sweet like, you know, just like getting into it, kissing the crook of my elbow. Being real sweet to myself. I didn't even know what cum was. So when I came, I was like, what the hell's happening to me? But it felt so good. Man, I tell you, I spent that whole weekend just pounding it out. Learn new positions, you know, like cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, doggy style, you know. So many positions when you're masturbating. But I came out on Monday. I was like, Mom, I ain't going to school. Smoking a Marlboro 100, you know. I was a real man. I was like, I ain't going to school. This is my time. I decide what I do. This week I'm staying in my room and you stay the fuck out, Mom. I spent the whole week just pounding, bah, 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 just constantly coming. But it all ended in one terrible stroke. I felt the feeling of coming, but nothing came out of my dick. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my God. I didn't know that I only had a certain amount. I thought I wasted it all, and I was never going to be able to ejaculate again. Felt like I was at the end of my rope. So I came crawling out of my room. I was like, Mom, I really fucked myself. And I'm going to finish on that. Thank you.
All right, everybody, let's get up Mr. Andrew Chance. All right. All right, let's have AJ Cagle come on up.
Now we're good. Oh, I'm
Mr.
loud.
AJ Cagle.
AJ Cagle. Good introduction. Did you guys see yesterday it was announced they're putting 4G internet on the moon? Guys, that's so weird to me, and we're just really going to unpack it, okay? Because, like, we don't even have houses on the moon yet. Like, that's where we're at as a civilization, is we're like, we don't need oxygen. What we do need, though, is to be able to check our iPhones. I'm not sure if I can even live. I need to know if I can load TikTok before I will buy a house there. Or is it the astronauts? Were the astronauts just bitching so much? They were like, we want to FaceTime our families. It's so lonely up here. And they were like, no, look. And then the astronauts kept bitching, and they're like, fine, we'll get you very outdated, slow data. How does that sound? We have LTE and 5G on Earth, and it can't be that much more expensive to put that on the moon. Like, it's so bizarre to me that the funding was there and that's what they chose was 4G. And also, it's weird to me, Nokia got the deal. Not Apple, not Sam's, not any huge tech company. The guys that made the brick phone in 2000, it was like a multi-billion-dollar deal. They spent multiple billions of dollars to put 4G internet on the moon, not to get a new, like, updated phone that, like, would maybe bring their company back. They're like, we've got it. We know it'll revamp this company. Really slow internet that no one can use. I don't know. It's super fucking weird. So I dated a girl one time that confessed to me that she had a rape fetish. And I was like, you gotta explain that right this second. Okay? And she was like, well, one day, this week, hopefully, I would like you to not tell me and break into my house and have sex with me. And I'm gonna fight it. And I was like, you're not gonna fight it because that's not gonna fucking happen. Like, that is you're just, if you want to break up with me, I mean, do it. You don't have to send me to prison. That's an insane thing to tell someone. Like, it's a very vulnerable thing to tell someone. Like, I appreciate you trust me enough to, if you really have that, you trust me enough to tell me that's what you're into. But at the same time, like, it's only vulnerable because she's a woman. Like, if I came to her and was like, hey, look, I've got this idea. I'm not going to tell you which day this week, but I will break into your home, and I will have sex with you, and you're going to fight it. And I'm going to call it a fetish. She's like, no, you're just a criminal. Like, you're a literal rapist. That's all. Like, that's the difference between a man and a woman. This next story is not about that girl. This was a consensual sex session, okay? But I swear, they all have been. Just to be clear, I broke up with the girl with the fetish. It didn't work out. But no, I got lucky enough to take a lady home recently, and we started getting into it, and we started making out, and she stopped me for a second. She said, hey, this is nothing against you. It's like totally me thing, but like I just don't like tongues in my mouth when I make out. When tongues in my mouth when I make out, it just kind of grosses me out. And I paused, and I was like, wait, okay, but like my dick was just in your mouth. I brush my teeth twice a day. I wash my dick once a day. That's just simple math. What's the gross part? I don't get it. And she was like, well, dicks in my mouth gross me out too, but that's just, that's expected. And I was like, goddamn right it is. So let's get back to work. What do we got? Okay. Love a good heckle. You burned me, dude. Sick roast. Your heckles are fire. I fucking hate myself. Okay, so I'll get into porn. Yes, everyone asked. So I was watching a porn, and it was a interracial three-way, okay? But not a normal interracial three-way. It was a black man, black woman, white woman. Okay? And the whole plot was a very romantic love scene between a lovely black couple, while the white girl licked the black man's ass for 7 minutes. Like, it was just like it just feels like that's real equality. Like, that's what the white people deserve. You know, at this point, like, or maybe that's like the end of like, that's the progress we're making. That's where we're going to move to after all the Black Lives Matter stuff gets worked out. It's just like black girls licking ass, white girls licking ass. Said the wrong one. Did you guys ever notice that all farts feel different? Yeah, that's just a thought I had. I don't have too much to elaborate. I don't like when people use social media to get philosophical. It's just very strange to me. Like, if I wanted a therapist, I would go to one. I don't need to follow you for a therapist, okay? I got money. But I saw this buddy of mine, he posted the other day, he posted on his story, he said, social media is the modern day cigarette. And I was like, dude, you're posting that on social media. Like, 12 hours ago on the same story, you're snorting coke off a bathroom toilet seat. Like, what are you trying to do here? Who are you trying to trick? You just got stories muted for certain people? I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about technology? You think it's going to get too advanced and take over? Me too. Actually, no, I don't. I'm kidding. I just said me too because no one said anything. So I just, I agreed with nobody. I've got a good friend, though, and he is a psychopath about that. He is just always like, oh, like, I don't ever throw my phone because when the robots take over, they're going to remember that, and they're going to treat me right. I'm like, they're going to kill all of us. Doesn't matter. But I think it'll be pretty easy to blend in with robots once they take over. All we have to do is lie about which of the following images have stop signs in them, and they're fucked. Dude, that's this group of people will survive as long as you're paying attention to me. Not the people by the fire. They haven't given us any attention, but these people up here make up for it, and that's what I appreciate you guys for. What's my time at? Where am I at? 8 minutes? I got 7 more. You guys thought I was halfway done? I didn't. Okay, this is some stuff I brought up last time. I think seatbelts should be optional. I think that at this point in our lives, seatbelts, if you don't know to wear one, it's natural selection. We just need to, we getting rid of enough people. We got COVID, we got seatbelts, and let's also let everyone smoke. If a kid wants to smoke, let the kid smoke. He should know better. No? Okay, well. I got a ticket for texting and driving recently. The biggest thing it taught me is to get my windows tinted darker. Cool. What about a picture of the Incredible Hulk with a sponge photoshopped on its head, and it's called Loofah Rigno? Nothing? All right, I thought maybe. It was a pun. It's a dumb pun. Oh, I got dumped the other day. I got dumped during a pandemic, guys. Like, how bad do you have to not want to be with somebody when the alternative is quarantining and isolation? I was like, I didn't know it was like that. Like, I thought we were pretty cool. She doesn't even have a car. She was like, thanks, I'll risk Ubers with a deadly virus than spend one more goddamn second with you. And I was like, neat. It's funny because girls always say they want, like, funny guys. They want a guy to be funny, but then, like, when you are funny, when they don't want you to be funny, they don't like that. Like, she was in the middle of breaking up with me, and I was just cracking jokes left and right with every bit of bullshit she said, and she was just like, what, are you just going to make a joke out of this whole thing? And I was like, I thought you like funny guys. What's up with that, huh? I've got this fun habit where it's a pastime, not a habit. I'm not addicted to it. I just like, I have this one ex. She's very religious, okay, and very close with her family. So once every quarter, every 3 months, I send her $1 on Venmo to help pay for the abortion that never happened. Because I think that's hilarious. Her family all checks her Venmo, and every time I see the comments, and nothing in my life is funnier than just knowing that she has to be like, he's just fucking with you. Like, we never did that. Like, cool. Okay, do you think improvising is as appreciated in pornography as it is in acting? Like at the AVAs, is someone like, wow, I really like what you did in that scene, and they're like, thanks, it was all improvised. Like, or is improvising in porn just called sexual assault? Like, it's like a very strict script, and if you deviate from it, like, buddy, you got problems. Like, I agreed to no anal. Like, I was improvising. I'm sorry. This is my clean 15 minutes I'm working on, by the way. It's I'm doing a church set next week, and I appreciate all the feedback. I got a pretty easy job. The hardest part of my job is figuring out how to explain what I do to a woman without her figuring out I'm a janitor. Too wordy? All right. I jammed my thumb a few weeks ago. I can't talk about it to a lot of people unless I'm on a stage. But mainly because, like, if you tell someone you jammed a finger, the first thing they ask you is, like, how? And I have to be like, giving a girl a back massage, and that's just such a pussy thing to, like, I jammed my thumb giving her a back massage, and then, like, they're like, well, I mean, like, you're giving a girl a massage, it lead to sex? I'm like, no, she said she was tired, and then it's just, these are just things that happen in my life that I write down and try to talk to you guys about. Jason, you want to come take this? I think I'm done. Yeah? Yeah, thanks. Clap it up, everybody. Clap it up for me one time, please. Yes. And then for Jason for hustling.
Everybody's Mr. AJ Cagle. Let's give him a nice round of applause. All right. Good job. Cleaning alcohol. Has anybody seen the spray bottle of alcohol? Looks like a little hair behind the hand sanitizer. Thank you for participating in the first Seek and Find at the Schoolhouse Brewing. All right, we found the alcohol bottle, so we can clean the mic off, and we can continue the show. We're going to have Mr. Jacob Chalk come up and do some stand-up. Let's give Jacob a nice round of applause. Hey, guys. Turn the volume on.
Okay. This is my first time here. Yeah. Give it up for Jason for just even having a show at all that all of us can come waste our time at. Yeah, it's going to take you a while to raise that up to my height. So I love how I've never seen a flamethrower heckle before, but that was one of the funniest things I've seen in my life. This venue is nonsense. If anybody gets up at all, you hear every step of what they make. So it's fantastic, really conducive to comedy. So let's get this going. I only got a few minutes here. So I'm going to say, question for you guys. Anybody here love the boys? Anybody here love hanging out with the boys, huh? Make some noise. Yeah. You know what? Hey, if you love hanging out with the boys, come put your dick in my mouth right now, okay? Let's get this party started, dog. All right, I'm here to have fun, okay? Look, there's no easy way to say this. And I'm kind of a jerk for saying it. I know it. I'm not going to be nice about it, but I don't dislike women. I just love the boys so much. Does that make sense? You agree? All right. Doesn't help if a dude says that, but I do like it. I love the boys, man. You get it, King. All right? You get it. Look, my main thing is just dude, guys are so freaking weird and stupid. I love it, okay? I have had dudes just walk up to me and be like, hey, I got a knife and some, lighter fluid. You want to light it on fire and throw it? And I'm like, God, dudes are fantastic, aren't they? They're so stupid. I love it. It's like hanging out with the dumbest animals of all time. And here's my thing is that I realized how much I love hanging out with dudes because you can never make like a Jackass movie with all women. You can't remake that movie. Because, with the dudes, they're like, yeah, let's go smack our dicks against a bunch of snakes. And you're like, yeah, this sounds entertaining. Let's go do that. Versus, if a bunch of women made that movie, they'd be like, I'm going to spread my pubes all over the toilet seat. Be like, oh, why are you doing that? That's disgusting. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. Ugh. This is nasty. Respect this house, okay? You got a bunch of signs saying love this home. How about you do what the signs say, dog? All right. Here's a really good way to explain my feelings, okay? You guys ever watch nature documentaries with birds and stuff in them? Yeah, okay, we got one person. So with the birds, how every dude bird is just this most colorful thing trying to impress the woman bird, and then they show the woman bird and it's like, oh yeah, I guess that's a bird, yeah. That's dudes to me. That's just what I like. The peacock that we all know that's beautiful and gorgeous, that's a male bird, dog. All right, and that bird, I'll have sex with it, sure. What are we riffing into tonight, huh? What are we riffing into, guys, huh? I don't have a timer, so Jason, whenever I'm running out of time, just give me the light or something like that. Okay? Yeah. I didn't check my time here. I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a clock. Okay. 7:30 you want me off? All right, cool. Sure. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Look, I love my guy friends. I love them to death. I love hanging out with my friend. He just got married, which is kind of a bummer because he brings her around a lot. And I don't dislike her. It's just that she's got big titties. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. I can't say this in front of anybody. All right. Except for you guys. I'm telling you guys now. All right. I can't be like, as we're hanging out, hey, can you pass the salt? Also, nice titties, lady. Thank you. No, I can't do that. So he's great. She's nice, but no, it's weird. This is also a bit that I've kind of half written. So it's not anything really. I recently moved into an apartment for the first time. It was pretty dope. I got my first ever place to myself. Before that, I was living with my friend's parents, so don't worry. I'm not a loser. He was, because he was still living at his parents' house. But we just got a new place, and the maintenance guy is the weirdest dude I've ever met in my life. The other day, he came into our apartment, and he was like, hey, I heard you guys have some maintenance issues you need looked at. And I was like, yeah, could you please? And so I show him one. He's like, yeah, I heard that you have an issue with your screens. And I go, yeah. So this window here doesn't even have a screen at all. And then he looks me dead in my eyes and goes, okay, well, I've worked here for several months, and I've never replaced a screen. And then he just stared at me, and I was like, all right, I guess that's the end of that. I guess that's fixed now. And then at one point, I'm like, yeah, we have issues with our outlets where they just won't hold a plug. And he'll be like, okay, let me show you a trick. And he just takes a lamp out, squeezes the plug, and puts it back in. And then he looks at me and just goes, And I was just like, so your solution was for me to fix it by breaking my items. Thank you, sir. And then the worst thing that happened there was at one point I go like, yeah, also we have a burned out outlet. So can you look at it? And he's like, oh, okay, I need to go get my drill first. And I was like, sure, man, whatever, you do you. And he goes and gets his drill. And he comes back, and he's using the flashlight of the drill to look at the outlet. And, like, it has the metal drill bit in, and he's looking at it, and he thinks it's dirty, so he starts scraping at the outlet with the drill bit. And in that moment, I was like, I am about to watch a man die. I am about to visibly see death in front of me. And he stands up and he goes, hey, I don't know what the issue is, but do you need me to look at anything else? And I went, no, please get out of my apartment. I don't want you here anymore at all. Dude, oh my God. The other day, like, we have a ton of issues in our apartment, and the other day, he just drives by on his golf cart, and he goes like, hey, you doing good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing great. And he goes, all right. And he keeps driving, and then I realized, like, we have a bunch of things that we need fixed, and he wasn't asking me how I'm doing personally, which I took it as. He's asking me if I need anything repaired, which this is like, I realize it's his conning out of getting out of work. No, I will not stop. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. This is the least offensive material I've said, and you're barking at that? Come on. Back off, dog. Oh, sick. Oh, sick. The way I talk like a bro actually worked out for that one. What even is half this garbage I've written down? Oh yeah, all right. This isn't a joke for anybody. This is just for me. But I recently found out a friend of mine from high school has had 5 abortions, and you know what that tells me? She's a keeper. All right. Well, not really though. But okay, that's a bad joke. That's a bad joke. Nobody should have laughed at that. Please don't. I'm glad you didn't. Thank you. All right. Oh, I know what I'll talk about. I know what I'll end on. So, during quarantine, I feel like a lot of us thought about childhood, which we can all recognize was a mistake. None of us should have done that. But I recently started thinking about, I saw some nods back there. You guys are like, yeah, shouldn't have done that. Should have started knitting or something. Would have been better, more productive. But I was thinking about it, and I realized that there is a difference between, which is weird that I came up with this thinking about childhood, but is that there is a difference between watching porn and when you start masturbating. What I mean by that is, as a kid, not a kid, but like 11, 12, 13, I would just stay up all night. I would watch porn, and I would then not jerk off, get up, and go to bed. And I did that for about 3 years of my life and just blue-balled myself until one day I remember watching porn where the guy starts like jerking off, and then I just went, wait a minute. I have that. Hold on, wait. And I pieced it together like a Beautiful Mind style, and then all of a sudden I was like, life is amazing! So that was an incredible moment for me. I haven't said this joke in so long. There was so much more to this. What is it? Yeah. I'm really botching this joke right now. Who are you talking to? Hey. What's her name? Lueto? Florida. Hey, what's up, man? Here, come on, give me the phone. He doesn't speak English? Don't worry, neither do I. Hello, how are you? Hey, look, you're on stage at a comedy show right now. Do you have a joke in Spanish that you can say?
I love that place.
I don't know what
That's the only part of the joke I get.
I don't know if you can listen. Thank you.
Yeah. And that was good. All right. All right. It is 7:30 now. Jason, I wasted my time. All right. Thank you guys for being here at all. Thank you, sir, on the phone for letting me do that at all. I'm surprised you did. You guys have a great night. Oh, yeah. Jason wants me to tell you my Instagram. That way you can message me hate online. It is Jacob Chalk Comedy, JACOB, CHLK, COMEDY, ABCDE, FG.
All right, everybody, that's Mr. Jacob Chalk. Let's give him a nice round of applause. We're going to have the music of Christopher Walsh O'Corey up next. Let me clean up this mic. Thank y'all for sticking around. We'll be doing stand-up and comedy for a bit longer, so stick around.
The camera down there for the. It is hot. Jason, you got a 3-prong? I mean, somewhere to plug this in it. Oh, yeah. That goes. Let's make sure that thing's working first. You mind doing the camera down there? I'm gonna put the mic a little closer. Good evening, y'all.
My name is Christopher Walsh O'Corey, and I do some singer-songwriter stuff. A friend of mine that passed away a few years ago, Ballard, got me into this music after I was in a band for a while, and I always start off with a Jason Isbell song. That's what he got me hooked on, so this is Different Days. Staring on the corner of the runaways on the wall. Seems like these days you couldn't run away at all. And even if you did, what you got to run away to? Just another drunk daddy with a white man's point of view. I can see you in my mind's eyes catching light. Sleep beside the river if we make it out of town tonight. You can strip in Portland from the time you turn 16. Got one thing to sell in benzodiazepine. Sounded a little funny, didn't it? 10 years ago I might seen her dancing in a different light. Offered up my help in different ways. Those were different days. Those were different days. Got a girl across town and we shared a single bed. When I whisper in her ear, she believes every word I said. If she didn't believe, she don't dare give me slack. Or it's baby, I love you, but get off my goddamn back. The time went by and I left again. Jesus loves a sinner, but the highway loves a sin. My daddy told me, I believe he told me true. The right thing's always the hardest thing to do. 10 years ago I might have stuck around for another night. Used her in 1,000 different ways. Those were different days. Those were different days. Story's only mine to live and die with. The answer's only mine to come across. The ghost that I got scared and I got high with look a little lost. 10 years ago I might have thought I didn't have the right to say the things an outlaw shouldn't say. Those were different days. Those were different days. All right, that was some Jason Isbell from my buddy Ballard. I saw last week was my first time playing up here, and I saw a lot of cool music played with loop stations. So I brought mine tonight. We'll get weird in a second. This is a original I wrote first called Avalanche. You don't like the things I'm saying. You don't like the things I do. You don't like these games we're playing. I don't like most of those things too. People eat and people follow. I'm singing songs just to see them through. People grieve while weak ones wallow. The best of me was the worst of you. I thought I could be the setting sun. One more chance of taking someone home. But you're more like an avalanche. Mountains crumble with the chance. Shed some skin and raise the branch. Wait for me to rise and melt your snow. Plant the soil as Eden grows, unrooting. Seed in rows, and pray for rain. Earth will show respect by fruiting. Seasons blow by, repeat again. Going down in a blaze of glory. In linen sheets, lay me down. There'll be the breeze, ghost of the story. Let's buy the farm in a one-horse town. And when I feel I'm getting up, my whole world is falling down. I wake up at 3 a.m. She's still up watching Vacation. I see her pretty face. She takes me away to that special place, and I know that everything, know that everything, know that everything, everything's gonna be fine. I know that everything, know that everything, know that everything, everything's gonna be. I know that everything, know that everything, know that everything, everything's gonna be. I know that everything, know that everything, know that everything, everything's gonna be fine. All right, let me drop this thing down into loop mode. It's Personal Galaxy here. Check out that YouTube. I think he's going on after me or one after me. That's some good stuff. Another loop guy, Dan. There we go. There we go. Eventually, I'll play one that we can get together on, man. Let's do it. the weird intro to a song that I wrote called Alien Eyes. Imagine this time would come, the ride we call life could stand still, searching through space with an alien's eyes. I don't want to come down, but I obviously will. If I've ever wronged you, said something unkind, hope to write you in similar terms. Time loves a hero, I'll take peace of mind. That's a fighter named Piper, she's a little red worm. Cut down on drinking eventually. Tonight I'm not drinking enough. No beverage or pill would ever dispel the heart that starts growing when the going gets tough. Your heart'll know when the road's not enough. False flags will fly over my fleet of one. It's time for a few at half mast. Character zero in a long line of ones, or the downtrodden codger in a low-budget cast. Might we cross paths should the planets align? Your sword's been laid down at your feet. It's been a while, but I'd like to remind. I wish you the best until next we should meet. Cut down on drinking eventually. Tonight I'm not drinking enough. No beverage or pills will ever dispel the heart that starts going when the going gets tough. Your heart'll know when the road's not enough. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. This is a Tyler Childers song, my last one for the night. Again, I did not write these lyrics. Sorry, Mom. laying in the bed with bloodshot eyes. Late in the evening when the sun sinks low, that's about the time my rooster crows. And I got women up and down this creek, they keep me running, keep my engines clean. Run me ragged, but I don't fret. There ain't been one to help me down, none yet. Get me drinking that moonshine, keep me higher than the grocery bill. Take your troubles to the high wall, throw 'em in the river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, and a damn good feeling to run these roads. Buddies trying to tell me red, keep this living and you'll wind up dead. Cast your troubles on the Lord of Lords, you'll wind up laying on a cooling board. And I got buddies up White House Road, keep me strutting when my feet hang low. That rotgut whiskey gonna ease my pain, and all this running gonna keep me sane. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than the grocery bill. Keep my troubles to the high wall, throw 'em in the river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, and a damn good reason to run these roads. Tell them ladies that they ought not frown. There ain't been one that ever held me down. Lawman, woman, or shallow grave, same old story, just a different day. Get me drinking that moonshine, get me higher than the grocery bill. Take your trouble to the high wall, throw 'em in the river and get your fill. We've been sniffing that cocaine, ain't nothing better when the wind cuts cold. Lord, it's a mighty hard living, but a damn good feeling to run these roads. It's a damn good feeling to run these roads. Damn good feeling to run these roads. Just in tune enough to finish. Thanks, y'all.
Let's give it up for Mr. Christopher Walsh O'Corey, everybody. All right, it sounds like we're dragging a body through the sand, so that means it's personal galaxy time.
How's that? Oops. That was just a sound check. Promise. Yeah, no, really, just a sound check. For real. Ah, jeez. Okay, how's this? All right. If you twist and turn away, if you tear yourself into again, if I could, you know I would,
If I could, I would let it go. If I could throw this lifeless lifeline to the wind, leave this heart of clay, see you walk away into the night and through the rain, into the half-light and through the flame. If I could throw myself, set your spirit free, I'd lead your heart away, see you break away into the light and to the day. Ha-hoo! 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 To let it go and so fade away. Let it go and so fade away. Wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. I'm not sleeping. If you should ask, then maybe they tell you what I would say. True colors fly in blue and black, blue silken skies and burning flag. Colors crash, collide in bloodshot eyes. Ha-hoo! 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 If I could, you know I would. If I could, I would let it go. This desperation, this location, separation, condemnation, revelation, in temptation, isolation, desolation. Let it go and so fade away. Let it go and so fade away.
So, autumn's kind of a nostalgic time, so I decided to do something a little different tonight and do a few covers for you guys. My equipment's acting up. It's not sounding exactly like I like, but anyway, you get the idea. Thank you. Rain fell this morning, make me feel so bad on account of my baby. Walked off with another man, like taking side from a blind man. Money from the poor, that woman took my loving and walked out that door. It sure got cold after the rain fell, not from the sky, from my eye. Somebody, can you tell me just what makes a man feel this way? Like a river without water, like night without a day. And it sure got cold after the rain fell, not from the sky, from my eye. If ever early in the morning you hear the rain start to fall, with thunderbolts and lightning, the wind begins to fall. You worry superficial, 'cause you slept on through the night. But stormy weather keep you wondering if everything's alright. And it sure got cold after the rain fell. Not from the sky, from my eye. All right, that's an old ZZ Top song. The first one was an old U2 song. I don't know if you guys recognized it. We were talking about psychedelia, and my instruments decided to sound like Crimson and Clover tonight. I wanna hold the hand inside you. I wanna take the breath that's true. I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you and see the truth. You live your life, you go in shadows. You come apart and you go blind. Some kind of night into your darkness. Colors your eyes with what's not there. Fade into you. Strange, you never knew. fade into you. I think it's strange you never knew. A stranger's light comes on slowly. A stranger's heart without a home. You put your hands into your head. And then it smiles cover your heart. Fade into you. Strange, you never knew. Fade into you. I think it's strange you never knew. Thank you very much. Got a lot of original music out there on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Napster, everything in between. Thought I'd do a little something different tonight. Thank y'all for coming out.
Everybody, let's give it up for Personal Galaxy. You can find them on Facebook, Personal Galaxy Music. So make sure you check that out. All right, we're going to have Ryder Dan and the High Side come up here in a second.
check. Oh, yeah.
Give it up for Ryder Dan on the high side, everybody.
What's up, y'all? Got some Ryder Dan fans out there, or y'all just being supportive? That mix okay? The vocals? Good? Sorry, y'all. Having looping trouble. Let's do it again. Gonna get back to basics. Guess I'll start it up again. Falling from the ceiling, falling from the sky. Now and then, maybe you were shot down in pieces. Maybe I slipped in between. We were gonna be the wildest, the wildest, the wildest people they ever hoped to see. Yeah, you and me. So why'd you come home to this sleepless town? It's a lifetime commitment, covering the satellites. All anybody really wants to know is when you're gonna come down. When you're gonna come down. Your mother recognizes all your desperate displays. She watches as her babies drift violently away, till they see themselves in telescopes. Do you see yourself in me? Oh, we're such crazy babies, little monkey. God, we're so fucked up, you and me. So why'd you come home to this sleepless town? It's a lifetime commitment, covering the satellites. All anybody really wants to know is when you're gonna come down. When you're gonna come down. stars and comet tails. She's got heaven in her eyes. Says, I don't need to be an angel. But I'm nothing if I'm not this high. We only stay in orbit for a moment of time. And you're everybody's satellite. I wish that you were mine. So why'd you come home to this angel's town? It's a lifetime's decision, covering the satellites. And all anybody really knows for sure is you're gonna come down. Yeah, you're gonna come down. Yeah, thank you. Who out there knows that song? Anybody? Come on. Oh, man, dude, that is off Counting Crow's second record, the most underrated album of the 90s, for sure. It's so good. It's the one that has Long December on it and everything. So good. Walking those fields in the dust of another time, checking your gauges, cockpit feels fine. Gripping your hands as the wind takes you up. Below lies the land never gave you enough. Grounded in time, a lie that was born in the spaces above, flies your heart in the storm. You gave it all up, 6 good reasons to care, but man, I still see you ablaze in the air. Yeah, I still see you flying. Yeah, I still see you flying up there. You were never dying. Do you find it strange? Same history itself repeats. A man keeps his guitar on a shelf. Won't be coming round, we'll bleed the same land if we're going down. Got these strings in our hands. You might see us flying. Yeah, you might see us flying. Up here, we could never be dying. Walking those fields in the dust of another time, checking your gauges, cockpit feels fine. gripping your hands as the wind takes you up. Below lies the land never gave you enough. Raise your loss out in the frost, cut the day out, feel the rake now in the payout, still ain't even half the cost. Reave your mind out in the pines, leave the size in the power lines, flicker away out, frame the blame right where you want. There is no other place for you to be. Can't catch a love you leave. And there is no other way to keep you free. To keep you free. Still pining for your son and your mom, but in this light I don't see nothing but you. Nothing dead, but surely nothing alive. And the circles in your eyes don't arrive. So I'm roaming out into the haze. Strap a bag onto my back and my leg. Out here me and HP are ablaze in the sky, so we don't have to beg. There is no other place for you to be. Can't catch a love you leave. There is no other way to keep you free. Keep you free. Other place for you to be. Can't catch a love you leave. There is no other way. 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 Thank you. That's all the time I got, yeah? Is that it? Dunzo? Right on. Thanks, y'all. Ryder Dan on the high side.
Give it up for Ryder Dan on the high side. You can find him on Instagram, everybody. All right, we got one more performer tonight. Derek Blackthorn. Was it Derek? I'm fucking that up, aren't I? I also said the F word. All right, good for me. Professional. Derek Blackthorne. I was right. I said the F word for no reason. All right. Good for me. Welcome to Schoolhouse, everybody.
All right. Test, test. Yeah, yay. Yo, yo. Wake up out there. I know what some of you are thinking. Who's the emo turtle with the pretentious name? Regardless of the fake news stories about me, I'm not a serial killer. Not yet, at least. But I'll fuck up some Pop-Tarts. Some don't think I'm that funny, but the people I allegedly have tied up in the basement sure do. I chose Blackthorne as my stage name because I'm a dark prick, and no one wants to book a guy named Ninja Dildo. When I'm not pretending I'm not a serial killer, I pretend to be a rideshare driver. My favorite game to play while driving around Atlanta is Dodge the Potholes. The people in the trunk hate those fucking things. Almost everyone I pick up asks where I'm from. My dad says that I came from his dirty dickhole. But I refuse to believe that I germinated from the same place as gonorrhea. I guess it's better than coming from the same place as diarrhea. I was only a few inches away from being named Shit Happens. Yeah, my life was a shit show from the get-go. My mom says that I came from her herpes-infested claptrap. I just go with parts unknown and hope they don't ask any more personal questions. I love hiking, but I don't go camping because everything in the woods wants to eat, rape, and or kill everything else, and not necessarily in that order. I don't care how masochistic you are, how much you love the outdoors, you won't have a great time with a bear diving face first into your Duke chute. The bear should at least wait until you're awake before it eats your asshole. I guess you can't expect any courtesy from a shitmouth, though. Something I share in common with bears is that they don't give a fuck about your race, gender, who you vote for, or your safe space. To a bear, all assholes taste the same. Hashtag no lives matter. Speaking of which lives matter, COVID gave me a lot of time to think, and I finally came up with a solution to school shootings in America. Tell little Johnny that if he waits just a few years, he can join the military, travel the world, and shoot up all the schools he wants. Then, when he's done committing genocide abroad, he can come home and become a cop. Hashtag only rich lives matter. I read an article the other day that said 17 remain dead in school shootings. Sorry, I fucked that up. I read an article the other day that said 17 remain dead in morgue shooting. Well, that's great news. The remain dead part really confused me, though. Did the dead shoot each other? Or did some morbid bastard continue to shoot them after they were dead? Obviously, the author of the article was oblivious to the fact that death is permanent. Where the perpetrator is now remains to be seen. I don't trust women who wear a lot of makeup. feel like they're always hiding something. I'd rather have a chick with natural beauty, big tits, daddy issues, and a tattooed asshole. You know she's giving it up. Instead, I keep attracting drunk psychopaths with death breath and musty pussy. As you In case you haven't noticed, I have a beard, but I don't have a neck, so I use Head and Shoulders. In case you haven't noticed, as you could tell by the cargo pants and the trilby, I never comprehended the difference between fashion and costumes. It could be much worse. I could be wearing jort overalls. Or I could be naked. All my ex-girlfriends will tell you no one wants to see that. I should be able to go to the grocery store in a clown suit without scaring the shit out of normies, though. What scares me are fat chicks in tight clothes in the frozen section. When I see them, I head straight for the wine aisle to buy enough booze to forget about the walrus and yoga pants. Speaking of walrus and yoga pants, I've been watching Animal Cops lately. Fuck, that show's depressing. In every episode, a lady finds a malnourished, dehydrated dog in a cage covered in urine and feces. Reminds me a lot of my childhood. It's fucked up, but at least it's entertaining. One of my first memories was seeing my drunk dad knock my pregnant mom down a set of stairs. Mom was tough, but not a graceful tumbler. If she were a gymnast, she might have saved some trips to the emergency room. Fortunately for her, trailers only have about 5 steps, so she didn't fall very far. I'm still pissed that fall didn't kill my youngest sister, though. The brain damage could be why she's such a huge bitch. But the permanent swelling is definitely the reason she looks beat up from the feet up. Years later, Dad tried to correct her ugliness by hitting her in the face with a bowling pin. It didn't fix her face, but it surely brought more people to the shit show. Yeah, it was fucked up, but at least it was mildly entertaining. And that's all the time I'm going to take up here tonight. Thanks for being here, y'all.
It's Mr. Derek Blackthorne, everybody. Let's give him a nice round of applause. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. We'll be doing this again next week. Next week, we're all going to be dressing up like ghouls and monsters for Halloween. Also be handing out sanitized Slim Jims to the single ladies in the audience. So if you want to join us, Schoolhouse Brewing next Wednesday night. I'll be dressed up as the Macho Man Sandy Madface, handing out Slim Jims. And we're also going to have a lot of wonderful performers. Thank y'all very much for being a part of the show. Thank you for coming to school. Hopefully we educated you. If not, then we love you very much, and we'll educate you next week. Thank you guys very much.